situation, Andy.
Well, he rifled one in from about that range not so long ago, didn't he?
This is Sheridan. Well, it was aimed towards Bart Williams. It was obviously a training ground routine. It didn't quite work out. Now, what about Leeds here? Rodney Wallace slipped into the path of the overlapping Gary Kelly. Oh, Walker missed that. And it fell right across the goal there. Tinkler was the one who helped it on. Didn't quite fall for Dean. Certainly a half chance in there for Leeds United.
Oh, more than that, Ian. More than that. Probably. Look at that. Look how high he is. Look how two-footed it was. I talked about Don Hutchison yesterday. Been lucky to get a yellow card in similar situation. I'll tell you, I'm for one not surprised that Alan Wilkie is given a red card for that. I really am not.
Well, Trevor Francis has some reorganising to do. Sheffield Wednesday down to 10 men after only 5 minutes here. And it happened right on the far side of the pitch from us. But when you looked at that challenge again, not too many options, I think, for Alan Wilkie.
I don't think you can defend it. It's as simple as that.
Oh, goodness me.
Lovely football, Ian. It really was super football. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday are a bit 6s and 7s at the moment with the sending off. But watch the quality of this passing movement. Look at Wallace, look at the back heel. And you think he's going to drill it across and he picks someone out. Oh, how close is that to giving Leeds the lead? Well, let's have another look at that trying to do. I honestly don't. We've talked about that two-footed tackle, Ian, and you know, that really can injure players badly.
Wednesday's problems mount and mount. They're down to 10 men, and now they're down 1-0.
It's a glorious goal, and Phil Masinga deserves so much credit for this. That was a super step over, Ian, and by doing that, look at the space he creates. And when you want a cool head, well, none cooler in the Leeds side than the skipper. No one picks him up from the midfield area, and because of that, he runs into acres of space, Ian. Really, someone has to be tracking Gary McAllister. Look at Masinga, he's not interested in playing it. Graham Hyde's looking around and saying who was picking him up. The simple answer is no one was, and he's made them pay dearly for that. Problems mount for Sheffield Wednesday and Trevor Francis.
We say it's 1-1 and Bright is off the mark for the season.
Oh, what a great response from Sheffield Wednesday. They tried to play offside a minute ago in the inside left channel. And I wonder, does David Weatherall, he does it again. Now that's suicide, it really is, Ian. Because he doesn't know where Gary Kelly's position is. You cannot rush out like that unless you're sure. You're absolutely 100% sure your fullback isn't deeper, is further up the field than you. But great composure from a man who hasn't scored this season.
Great ball from Bart Williams, and Mark Bright, the goal-scoring touch, returns, and will that now become a flood? It's often the way with goal scorers. Wallace gets this one deep. Still not away either. Here's Brian Dean. Now it's Kelly. Does well. Pressman's come for it. He's got to win it. He does win it.
Good catch. Good take. Sign of the confidence. But David Weatherall tried it in the inside left position. And Mark Bright wasn't offside, but missed the chance. Tried it again in the inside right position, and that time, Mark Bright made him pay dearly.
Here's Masinga. Kelly towards Dean. He's beaten in the air by Des Walker. Wallace manages to keep his feet through one tackle, but dispossessed the second time by Hyde, who gets through a mountain of work in the middle of that to Sheffield Wednesday midfield. Bright's nice little lay down to Sinton here. No free kick.
I'll tell you, John Sheridan will fancy this, Ian.
John Sheridan will try to flight this over the wall and into the roof of the net, by the look of it. Does he do that? No, he skidded it.
Well, he tried to use the element of surprise. He would have been thinking all the time that John Lukic thinks this is going to my left, but you can see he tries to bend it low into the bottom right corner. Didn't quite get the accuracy required. Look at him in here, he climbs beautifully here. Gets a good header in. I tell you, that's sneaking into the corner, but for Kevin Pressman's agility.
Carlton Palmer getting a rough reception, predictably, from the fans. Oh, Dean's got there. Goodness me, that was a let-off. Pressman came, he didn't win it. The ball sailed wide.
Sometimes when you're so high in confidence and you come into areas you wouldn't normally come into. Kevin Pressman does this. There's no need to come in there. Look at the blue and white shirts around Brian Dean. No need for the goalkeeper to be there. But
McAllister! Oh dear, that was a close thing again. McAllister so close to his second, Andy.
Again, though, they can't deal conclusively with the aerial ball, can they? Sheffield Wednesday. And I think they're going to see an awful lot of this. First Masinga, then Dean. And as it's hooked away, well, we know all about McAllister's ability to close play down. But I'll tell you who did well, Graham Hyde, Ian, because he put McAllister under real pressure to strike it.
Oh, and Pressman's there, wasn't pulled back.
To be fair, not a lot of options. You watch Gary Kelly here, they've got 3 white shirts in the 18-yard box in, but as he drives in now, he's got to look. Gary Speed's the one that pulled, but you can see there's nowhere for him to go along there. There are too many blue and white shirts, and there was also Kevin Pressman.
It's offside against Sinton.
I was just about to say, and if you spoke to Howard Wilkinson now, he wouldn't expect to lose this one, having a man extra. But watch this, it's an awkward height. Doesn't get up very high. But I just wonder, Mark Bright, had he taken it on his own? We can see offside there, that's there for all to see.
A relieved Carlton Palmer, what a blooper that would have been, back on his old stamping ground. Wednesday, who've rallied well since the sending off and the concession of the goal.
They've not only rallied well, Ian, they've played well.
The England under-21 international, Chris Mark Williams, will take it. That's Petrescu. He really does like to get in. And Pressman is in the way again.
Well, that's what they can do with only Mark Bright being upfield, is that both full-backs can get involved. Worthington with the cross, and who's on the end of it? The right back, Gary Kelly. But Pressman is going to have to make himself big tonight, and he did then.
Boos of the crowd ringing in his ears as Carlton Palmer comes forward. Kelly long towards Palmer. Dean knocks it down. Palmer right up there in support of the attack from his defensive duties, being used exclusively as a centre-back so far. Now
he looks the most composed man. But the ball's in the air, you can see both go for it and both make contact with each other. But I think with the weight advantage in Brian Dean's favour, and John Sheridan would have felt the force of that. But they were both committed to a ball that was dropping out the air.
Petrescu does well. Didn't look like a foul. It was not given either. There's McAllister, whose composure itself, isn't he, in there? Speed. Wallace had made a run. Instead they go for McAllister. And for once his touch let him down there. If he did. To deny Mark Bright a second.
Wow, this is a magnificent save. It really is. Carlton Palmer thinks Mark Bright's offside, but David Weatherall's playing him onside this time. Just when you think it's tipping over John Lukich's head, he stretches that 6'3" frame to its utmost. Gets a fingertip to it. Super save.
Beautifully struck by Bright as well. Still the danger in there. Him attacking it again. The opposite number 10, McAllister, but here's Petrescu. Charged down by Kelly. Handball. Playing Wednesday, and here comes Kelly now. The former winger turning up in the outside left position. The nominal right back. Speed in there. Not really won by Nolan. And McAllister. Up goes Whelan.
Peter Atherton just did enough there. They really did, Ian. It's a good cross in from Gary McAllister. Gets control of it early and plays it into the danger. Now watch the number 2 go up with no Whelan. May well have been a corner, but Atherton deserved a bit of luck there.
Gave it to Sheridan, and now The tricky Sinton taking on Kelly. Who retrieves the situation.
Defended well, made two mistakes, made one about 60 yards upfield a moment earlier when he gave the ball away. Did it again, showed good composure when defending.
Right here. Not a bad try, didn't quite get the power. And just over the bar by Sheridan. Might have been wide as well, but that was a good move, wasn't it?
I'll tell you what, Ian, there may be a man less, but they're certainly competing on equal terms with Leeds tonight. Great ball, and that's so difficult for a goalkeeper. He thinks there's no one there. He thinks, I can just take this quite easily. But watch John Sheridan, he was having none of that. He'll be a little disappointed. He hasn't kept this under the crossbar. I think he's actually put it wide more than anything.
Again, Worthington getting back to deny his old club.
Well, he's really adventurous, Dan Petrescu. He really is. Every time he gets to watch this, that's super football. And the ball through isn't bad either. A good covering from Nigel Worthington.
Still a 10-man Wednesday asking some questions. Team towards Bright. Palmer gets it away. Appeal for handball. Play on, says the referee. Bart Williams got the best cross from him. Danger over.
Well,
his first touch just lost the momentum completely. If he got that right, he might have been in on goal. He still might be. This is Nolan with a second chance, but no.
Well, two individual errors contribute to Nolan's chance. The first from Gary Kelly when he slipped, the second from Gary McAllister there as he lost his footing. He hits this very well, Ian Nolan, but unfortunately for him, straight down John Lukic's throat.
That's Pressman's. Oh, he got a good looking angle on that. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened had that been allowed to travel. They're all beating Bright. Kelly. Hyde bought some space from Southwell, but no. Still Gary McAllister looks up, Speed is far post. Nodded down by Speed. And Hyde got back with some very good work to help his defence out.
That's been the...
Sinton goes for the gap, which is closed down. Corner kick.
When he went outside, David Weatherall here. And that gave Gary Kelly the opportunity to use his immense pace to get back in. Certainly if he'd have tucked inside David Weatherall onto his right foot, then there's no way Kelly could have got near him.
I thought that was what he was going to do, didn't you? Here's the corner played short to Chris Bart-Williams. Sheridan again. It's not cleared properly. Probably will be by Worthington. Wallace coming over to the left-hand side. Des Walker's there. Here, Radibi had the shot, in came Whelan. Hyde gets it away for Wednesday. Now it's little Gary Kelly.
Great skill, wasn't it? This is the trouble, when goalkeepers decide to take a touch, and look how fast...
There's their punch, Sheridan. Sinton. Nolan. Sinton again. Petrescu. Bright. How many touches was that in a row from Sheffield Wednesday?
That was a smashing piece of patient football.
Meanwhile on the break is Rod Wallace. But was Bright held? Long towards Dean. Good little knock back. Hyde gets there though. Trying to knock it for Speed. McAllister was almost in as well. And Wednesday in the end, clearing their lines. The offside flag is up. Palmer is denied a goal against his old club. They still haven't seen the flag. The celebrations will have to be cut short. It's offside. No goal.
Well, this is worth seeing again, Ian. It really is. It's a long ball out. Now, we have to watch it on the header. Is he offside? Well, he's not. No, Whelan is. No, Whelan's the one ahead of play. Carlton Palmer, not the one offside.
Lister.
Well, that was one of the best attacks of the half.
Whelan was in there, still Carlton Palmer. Pressman doesn't really win it. There was some pushing and shoving going on, and Sheffield Wednesday have a free kick. There's something here for Sheffield Wednesday. Hurst here, and Kelly just allowed to get in. Well, David Hurst there had the chance really to give the complete answer to Trevor Francis, who left him out tonight. Forward, Bart Williams just showing too much of it to Carlton Palmer though. Kelly. Carlton Palmer has come forward, his speed. Oh, Pressman watched it all the way. I suspect that swerve late. In injury time with Gary McAllister. Still McAllister. Oh, seemed to go through the outstretched arms of Pressman, but over the bar as well.
No, I think the keeper touched that. I think the power has surprised him. He hits this with some venom. Pressman's hands go up. I think he gets a touch on that. Certainly, Gary Speed and Rodney Wallace thought so too. Because they were straight round the referee. I thought he got something on that. But that's
been an excellent match here. The Yorkshire Derby ending in a draw, but a very pleasing one on the eye with lots of incident. All starting on 5 minutes with Gordon Watson of Sheffield Wednesday sent off for a lunging tackle. He now bitterly regrets and admits deserved his red card. Fans enjoyed it though. Gary McAllister putting Leeds ahead.
Carlton Palmer thought he'd won it.